Okay guys, welcome back to Roberts & Co. Welcome back to London, another live jewellery making session. We're back on our silver wire, an update on our sterling silver 2x1mm D-shaped wire that I've been making for weeks now, I think. It's been an ongoing project. It's obviously not the only thing I've been doing for the last few weeks, but this will be 2x1mm D-shaped wedding bands, ultimately. Some of them, be quite a few actually, but I've already got a lot made. This is just filling the gaps. So started off as ingot, melted some silver, turned it into an ingot, had some problems with those, remelted them to, this is the second go, and I'm in the process of doing this. If you've been watching, if you haven't been watching, I've completely changed the way we make silver wire. Hopefully we're now doing it the right way, because we were doing it the wrong way. We were doing it, I adapted, I've said this in every live stream, I adapted the way we make ingots and wire to suit 18 karat gold. And it shouldn't have been that's the way everyone makes silver wire, but everyone must have problems with porosity and cracking, because that and all sorts of other problems from the amount I was heating it, the quenching. I think I've ironed out the problems now. Air cooling is the way forward. I'll make a proper long video about it, and expect lots of pushback on that, because people will be telling me that they've been doing it wrong their whole lives without issue, and you know, so was I. Right, let's get these hot and then air cool them. We're actually, what are these? We're on hole 5 of the 50% D-shaped draw plate. We need to get to hole 8, which is 2mm. It's actually 2.1 by 1.1 hole 8. Slightly oversized to allow scope for polishing. If it was exactly 2mm, which the next hole 9 probably would be, it would be exactly 2 by 1 by the time I've polished them. Any little filing from the, you know, the finesse marks and whatever, it could end up thinner than 1mm. Well, just polishing them, it could end up, you know, 1.99. So at 2.1, it gives us scope to polish them, file them if need be, in places, solder joint the back of the, I want to say hallmark, but it's just a finesse mark in these because they're less than 7.7 grams. It's currently 2.5-ish, 2.54, 2.55, depending on the angle I stick it in the vernier gauge at, 2.54 there. So let's go with just over 2.5 wide, 2.5mm wide, 1.4, bear in mind it's curved, 1.26, 1.3, 1.31, it's about 1.3, 1.32, 1.3, 1.32, 1.32, it's about 1.3 thick. It will be, yeah, 2.1 by 1.1 on hole 8. Right, micro welder and blowtorch. Get these up to temperature. I need to turn the lights down. Off. No, let's have half power. Laser. See, the new way of doing this is air cooling, not quenching. I guess to make the full length video, what I'll have to do is quench a batch and show everyone the, which will be annoying because it'll be a right, well, it won't be a write off, but you end up with less than, like these are going to be usable metal. And bear in mind I started off doing these slightly wrongly, but I've managed to correct the issues by doing it rightly. But if you do it wrong, you end up with some blistering, some cracking, some porosity. You end up with problems in spots. Not most of the metal is usable, but we don't want mostly usable. We want all usable metal. And although we can reuse it, it's just a waste of time having to keep remelting it. Right, I think that'll do. I'm just getting it up to a dull red now. I was getting it red hot, like 18 karat gold, and sort of heat soaking it, which is what is recommended for gold, and it works with gold. Wasn't producing very good results with the silver. Do. That's the shister. What I want to experiment with next actually is I've got some big steel flattening plates. Actually, maybe called. Anyway, big steel. Actually, I think there might be cast iron. Certainly cast iron bases, and then surface plates, I think they're called. I got them cheap because they're whatever they were used for in engineering, I think they were used for like checking how flat or level things. I use them for hammering on. I basically use them as like a bench block, a cast bench block rather than a machine one, but a super sized one. They're only cheap because whatever their intended purpose, they're no longer useful for. They were probably really expensive as well. And they were not. Well, they're perfect, hardened steel, but they were machined to be perfectly flat, and well, they weren't machined. They were over-engineered to be hammered on, which is what I'm using them for. But they'll be perfect as a heat sink. So what I might, because I think cooling this down quickly might help, but cooling it down in liquid is not helping. So, but hitting it on a steel, dropping it on a big steel plate will suck the heat out of it, but effectively reduce the temperature really quickly, but without the use of, because these were taken on board the fluid, subsurface as well, whether that's sucking something out of the water. Well, no, it wasn't. It was sucking the liquid. It was the water. It was the whole thing. It wasn't just taking a component part of water. It was taking the whole liquid, because when I was rolling it, was squeezing it back out. But it was blistering. Then the blisters were popping. Funny enough, when I tried filing it, and the water never came out when you filed it. So I don't know what that was like. It just was having a bad time of being quenched, basically. It was even worse in the acid. If you quenched it in the acid, it the whole thing puffed up like a balloon. Like it was like there was an internal explosion. I don't know whether that we used to. I must have quenched it in the past. I do recall before I was doing the 18 carat, I was just there cooling it out of laziness. It's just sort of easier to do. I can't. It's a shame I don't have it on film actually, but I definitely adapted the process to work on 18 carat because I was having real problems with the 18 carat. But I must have been quenching it at some point in the past. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I wasn't. I don't think I was quenching ingots. I think that might be where the issue lies. I don't think I was. I think before I adapted the process on 18 carat, I was adapting. I think I was always quenching wire like this, but I don't think I was. Before I changed the, I don't think I ever annealed ingots. I think I always air cooled ingots. It was when I started getting the problems with 18 carat, I started quenching ingots. I don't think I ever did it as part of the annealing process. I just let them air cool. And that was more luck than judgment. Because some people recommend air cooling, some people recommend quenching. What nobody's actually figured out or points out, if they have figured it out, is that different metals require different heat treatment. Or you get, if you don't do it, you don't get 100% usable metal. Boom. Right, there we go. I'll let them air cool. And that is annealed. I think it'll get, I wonder if it, well, we'll have to test it. I wonder if it'll get softer if I cool them quicker using a steel surface plate. Right, see you in the next one. Toodles.